I'm going to continue the video that I did just before, the fastest way to heal from a broken man, set with love. And I want to say thank you to the person who told me that in the past live, halfway through, the audio cut off. Now, let's just laugh together because maybe it's Mercury retrograde, but I had to clear my annoyance at the audio cutting off. Because for whatever reason, during this Mercury retrograde, this whole thing about people not being able to hear or stuff like that has happened. And because it's in Sagittarius and whatnot in Scorpio, you get the drift. Like I would get like annoyed. But once I released the annoyance, I could hear what's the feedback that I'm getting. And I'm going to introduce myself again. I recommend that you watch the first video. It was a video from the heart. It's not a shaming video, both to men or to women. It's a video of hope. It's a video that can help you attract real love. Okay. So what I did notice is that the audio cut off exactly where I started to address what was for the woman to do. Now it got me thinking, and it made me laugh, made me chuckle. I hope it makes you chuckle as well. Made me think, where is it that the women just want to hear that a man is broken, but they don't want to look at themselves? That's why the first part of this video, I was addressing the part one, how it's not just to call a man broken. It's not a shaming energy. It's not, he's so broken and I'm so enlightened. All right. That's not the vibration that we're doing here. You don't want to break men to build yourself up, but maybe you grew up in that dynamic where men were like just constantly throwing rocks at. And it's not a safe space for a man to receive love or to give love or to nurture it or to grow. So I was addressing on that first video elements of what like really helps a man heal and what feeling broken, even though you're not broken and you're not really broken, but I was addressing the energetics and the vibration of it. I'm going to introduce myself. Again, my name is Nicole Lisa, love coach, femininity coach, and intuitive. And I'm a love intuitive, and I help women attract safe love. I have a program called Love is Easy. It's a clearing program where I help you through your attachment styles to receive, be magnetic to real, genuine love. And I have a Black Friday offer until Wednesday, an opportunity just for today to clear your auric field from the old energy and baggage of people, of men that you've had that didn't really believe that love is possible. All right. So look at the summary so that you have more of an idea of what we're talking about. It's an important video, and let's take accountability. So as I was saying, when I mean a broken man, this is not a reference to chastise him, to break him apart. I was expressing the energy that, and it's not a term that I wanted to take away a man's hope or your hope and love. It's actually meant to give you wings and hope and clarity that you can clear this in different ways outside of regular, therapy. Okay. I want to help you heal at all levels and have the love that you deserve. So if a man watches this video, please know that it is possible. I'm trying to give you insight and support. And for the woman here, I want you to have accountability as well. I've always been about helping, both parties loving, healing, feeling well, feeling desired. I'm not about shaming or putting women on a pedestal and breaking men. I'm not a toxic coach. Okay? I'm expressing something that is sensitive, that requires love and attention and support. So I was explaining first what is like quote unquote broken. Okay? The frequency of broken means somebody that has a broken heart for a prolonged period of time. And the issue is that there's also the term I'm hearing to say broken family. This is just going to be a summary of what I did in the first part before the audio cut off. But I'm also going to address new things. So, and then I'm going to give you what as a woman, what you can do to really attract the fastest way to attract real love, even in a space of 2 months. The program and the details are below to clear your nervous system. So, and the program is called Love is Easy. So I've been like an expert at this. I don't like using that word, but I'm a devoted student to learning more about love for like more than 12 years. And I've been helping women from all over the world attract love. Okay. Now, what the intuitive message that I'm here to say is broken family, broken man. But we never hear the term broken woman. Watch out for that. There's something, if we got to look at this with curiosity, broken man, broken family, never broken woman. That's because as women, we tell a narrative. So that's why I'm saying it's important not to go into a space of calling somebody broken from a hopeless energy and taking away their wings. You never want to do that. You don't take love away from someone. You fill them like you fill yourself up with love and you visualize and you see the person through a really healing lens. You don't do the work for them, but you see them actually taking accountability and healing for themselves, and you do it joyfully, even if you're not together. Okay, hello, welcome. It's so nice to see you. So I'm hoping that this resonates. You don't take away love from people. Because you're feeling hurt, you don't have to break people apart, okay? But there is such a thing of the quote unquote energy of a broken man and a broken family. What is that frequency? It's somebody that has a broken hearted energy, talking energy, and this is going to relate to attachment styles in a second, because well, I need to explain this first. You don't heal love just from your conscious mind, specifically if you come from a quote broken family or you've experienced like a whole lot of heartache. It takes a lot of time. There's a spectrum of feeling not seen or invalidated or unsafe, that you might have suppressed feelings and emotions about love and dating and safety that are deep in the recess of your nervous system, your auric field, or your unconscious mind. Tell me, please let me know. So, why is it that I'm expressing this? Because some people are on that brink where regular therapy helps them, although it could take them years. They first need to be in a frequency of acceptance. Acceptance is not quitting or apathy, it's acceptance that they can heal something, that it can change. They have enough self trust running in them to allow for things to change, okay? But not everybody is there because they might have a repressed energy around no one in my family has had love since I was alive. You know, it might be a generational thing. They might be a generational curse breaker. You know what I mean? Or they might come from past lives if you believe that. Or they might have just as an empath picked up their mom or their dad's frequency and their hesitations and doubts about love. And they took that into their field and they're stuck there in that loop where they don't really allow love for themselves either because they feel guilt, like if they're the first person to have love, what does that mean about their family? Some judgments, okay? No, it's not British English, no. Estoy hablando, yo hablo español también. Pero si me quieres preguntar cosas, si yo también trabajo en español, lo puedes hacer. Yo, como en 10 minutos después que termine, te voy a poner mi correo y me puedes escribir y yo también hablo en español y trabajo en español, ¿ok? Bueno, so I was just saying that I also work in Spanish. So thank you for asking. I'm Panamanian, yo soy de Panamá. So basically, there's so much woo woo about it, right? Like, I want you to feel into the frequency of old, like your family members. They were like, it was so much oppression that it was difficult for them to feel the energy of love. And it's so difficult, okay? That's not your energy. So you might be carrying, or the man might be carrying that repressed energy and that anger towards women, men, all the other things. So that's the gap that I'm trying to express. You might have the angels, the angels, I said there's the energy of like your mom's doubts about love. And you might have felt so guilty that it's so repressed about having love that you shut it down. So this is where, both for men and for women, clearing work from your nervous system, from your auric field, it is important because there's so much like mysticism around it. Okay, I just wanted to explain that. So trying to address it at the level of your conscious mind, where you might have repressed or suppressed emotions around love. It's not always the only path. So you can talk about it over and over and over, analyze it. But with the repressed emotions and the auric field, because you might have other people's energy in your field, past lovers, past partners' energy, it's good to address it at all levels. So I'm not going to try to, force you to see it. I've personally had the biggest results when I cleared my aura and my nervous system than any other form of therapy that I've had in my whole life. I'm talking about it's what helped me heal from CPTSD and from a lot of shock and a lot of trauma. Okay. So, with that being said, I wanted to give grace. It's not okay to break somebody ever. So I'm talking about the energy of broken men, broken family, and breaking someone. And part of a broken family system is that you break somebody apart. You have to make them look or feel lesser than you, or that they have no hope, no future. And that's not what I'm doing here. I want to really clarify. That's actually one of the first steps to heal from that frequency. If you feel like if you've attracted men who you feel are quote unquote broken. Now, I do want to address this though, and this might be a little bit sensitive. Why am I addressing it too? Because here's where I'm going to go into the woman part of it, where the audio cut off in the first part. But if you're just joining, definitely watch the first one, where I address it in greater detail, what I was addressing about the men piece. But the part about the women, the audio cut off. So why am I saying that? Because sometimes as women, we want to point fingers. We want to point the finger like he's so. Let's come back to ourselves. How do you stop attaching to men who cannot give you love? Right? That if they don't take the accountability, right, you're stuck there and you try to like love on them and do a bunch of stuff, but maybe they're in a space where they would hurt you. So this is where I want to help you and for you to take accountability to quickly attract someone that genuinely loves you, that is the love feels easy and you don't have to work for their love or their approval, because that's typically sometimes what can happen. When you're around a person like that, you have to prove yourself to them. You might be with somebody who has avoidant attachment style, who like they just feel extremely unsafe receiving love or disorganized, right? So what kind of love do you want, right? Do you want the love to flow? Then watch what I'm going to share next. So what it's for you to do. I'm going to make the joke that I did in the other video that you couldn't hear, but I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was really funny. I hope it makes you chuckle. When I was writing the summary of what I'm offering, like the program Love is Easy, I noticed that I wrote attachment style. Because in Love is Easy, we're clearing all different attachment styles from a soul level and from a nervous system level, and your main beliefs about how you attach to love. Like, what are the belief systems that you believe, that the things that you feel like you have to do to get love that you learn around 6 years old. Okay, that's why the program is so like epic and powerful. It goes to the core and it's effective in weeks. I wrote attachment and the autocorrect separated the two and it wrote attach men. And I thought, okay, cool. Like I got it. I got like the message there. So what does that mean? It means this. In your attachment style, around 6 years old, 4 years old, even 10 years old, and this is why it can be suppressed in you. It could have been the TV like frequency waves that they use to show you the videos. It could have been in the music. It could have been in different things because these things have subliminals in them, where they devaluate women, or it makes you feel. I'm gonna be very blunt with what I'm picking up intuitively. I hear either you have to. I have to say this. Either you have to sell sex, okay? You have to be sexy to get love, and you're stuck in that frequency, or you have to be like, I hear like a virgin or like this figure, and like you have to be a martyr and you have to sacrifice yourself for them. This is immediately I saw people leave when I said that. But it's actually a real frequency that it might not come from you, or it might come from parents, or it just, do I really need to say that? I hear go for it. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for the finish line. This is for the people who really want to heal and maybe have done work. Some, all right, I'm having issues saying this because I don't want to go that deep, but I will go that deep because I'm deep. Is there is this energy, previous lifetimes, or like grandmother who kind of had to like pop 8, 9, 10, 14 kids in order to prove her value. All right. All right. I said it. I said it. So it's safe, right, and good for me to express things and for you not to freak out. But it's a very real thing where you might not be in that frequency, but your grandma was. where your like great grandma was, or it might have not been your grandma's energy, but it might have been what your mom picked up, and she might have this belief, or it might have been your girlfriend's, or it might have been the music, or it could have been all of it together. Okay, it could have been what you saw in the newspapers, like women like having to look sexy, and I'm hearing it's not your fault. Like you don't. This is for people who've done a lot of work on themselves too. This is an unconscious feel. If specifically it's true if you feel like all men want is sex, okay? If you feel that, don't wrong yourself, but don't also go into blaming men. It's still a frequency. If you believe that all men want is sex, okay, it's still a frequency. What does that mean? It could really be a frequency of what you're watching on TV, because you're used to seeing everywhere a performative woman doing a million tricks to get a man's attention and have to make him keep looking at her. It's a performative energy. And you might be like, ew, Nicole, that feels yucky. And I know it feels yucky. All right? That's why you need to clear it. Like I suggest, that you clear it, because it's a weird energy. And you might have been with previous lovers who have that entitlement frequency energy where you might have not known that, but that's what it's the frequency. So even if you don't agree with the belief, okay, even if you're rebellious and you're like, I'm never going to do that. But if your energy is in reaction or resistance to that, you still somewhere believe it. And it's not the truth. It could just be someone's frequency that's trying to manipulate you and make you act that way. And you're in resistance to that, but you still believe it. So how about you integrate an energy of love is easy. A man sees your value. He chooses you for who you are. He's naturally attracted to you. And you release that icky feeling from your frequency. Okay? Whether it came from your mom, your grandma, your dad, whether it came from, childhood friends, whether it came from TV, wherever it is, whatever this mucky, weird, disgusting energy. That's what it feels like. It feels icky to you that you have to do it. This is the issue that I'm addressing. It's just this energy where you feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do. That's the frequency. It's abusive. You feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do, right? And I'm not saying that this is what the program is necessarily, but it's a frequency to different degrees where people feel like they have to kind of split in order to get love, and it makes them resentful to attract love. So how do you attach to men? Do you have to go into the sexy route? Or do you have to be like the virgin, like the devotee, or because I keep hearing like the whole thing, like I was a pastor's wife and stuff like that. That's the frequency, all right? Where you have to be this thing in order to be a good woman. You have to break another woman up. You have to compete with another woman in order for you to be valuable and worth it. It doesn't feel good, right? So that can also be paired up with attachment styles. Welcome to everybody that's joining, and I'm glad that this video is resonating. So please remember down there, like here in the summary, you will see the program Love is Easy. It's a clearing program. Aura, nervous system, clearing negative expectations of love in your attachment styles to attract a genuine, easy love within months, of doing the program if you're really committed, okay? And there's a special bonus for today where I'll clear the energy of past lovers from your field. And it's also that there's a Black Friday offer until Wednesday that I would recommend for you to join. I've been doing this for 12 years. I help people who have been stuck single for years, no attraction, and I've helped them meet the one. And women have gotten married from these programs, even if they've been single for over 20 years. So here's the thing. I admire your resistance. You don't want to be in that space. And what is for you to do is clear anywhere you have to settle in love in your nervous system, and anywhere you believe that love is going to be difficult or extreme, or that you're going to be taken advantage of. That's why we're clearing any negative belief systems, we're going to clear in this program anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style, disorganized attachment style. We're going to clear the core beliefs, imprints of each one of them at a nervous system level, and an clearing with your angels auric level. And you're also going to clear anywhere you feel like you have to be either like the virgin or you have to be sexy to attract love, and you're not going to be loved and cherished for who you are. And I promise you, this is going to help you attract love like no other program, because here's my thing. Many women join a lot of, and that's okay. If that's what you feel like you need to do, heal like your sexual energy, that's fine. That's more than like lovely to do. So I've done programs like that. What I'm saying is that sometimes we just get stuck at the sexual energy, but then we forget the spiritual. And our aura is not just the sexual energy. And when you only clear your sexual energy to attract love, meaning you want to be sexy, you want to lift things like with your, like with Kegels, and you do a bunch of stuff, I get it. Yeah. Right? Like you want to be you're trained and like love on yourself on all levels. Now, what people don't understand is that they address this area of the aura like with this woo fearful thing. But you are love, okay? And it's important that you don't just clear that part, because you hold emotions on your heart chakra, on your crown, and in your intuition. You might have this ideology, this person is the one, and like I'm waiting for him, and you might not know that you have a cord here or this energy where they're trying to make you feel that because they're possessive, but they don't necessarily want to be with you. So you want to clear your intuition centers too, so that you don't know how to recognize when somebody is the one, and you're not attaching to them through any unhealthy thing. Okay, so join Love is Easy today, and I would be excited to support you with clearing any old energy and attracting love with ease. So that's what Love is Easy about. And I would love for you to join. Thank you for joining. And I hope that this video connects with you. Take care.